Hey, what's up? What's going on? I'm about to check out this CNN panel, and they're going to be talking about this new Trump appointee, Darren Beattie, a known white nationalist. And he basically said that things can't be ran without competent white men. I'm going to check out the video and see what they say and give my 1-2.
I mean, my problem is this, and this is one of the things that my good friend, who I actually love her writing. I'm gonna buy the book for Scott, but Nicole Hannah Jones, she talked about the fact that Donald Trump is not pushing an economic agenda; instead, he's pushing a racial one, and it's very difficult.
I wouldn't necessarily say Trump is a racist. Um, I don't think he's more or less racist than any other political so-called white figure out there. That's just my opinion.
Sometimes when you get caught in the kind of sensationalism of this anti-DEI rhetoric, or the fact that you are eliminating Black History Month, or these things in the separate departments. And one of the things Democrats have to do is do a better job of kind of sifting through all of this nonsense and loud racist rhetoric that comes like a bullhorn from this White House, with this example in particular, and talk about the issues that matter. This guy right here is despicable. And the fact that he is despicable, and he is a racist, and he gets to have a seat this close to Marco Rubio, says a great deal about Marco Rubio, and it says a great deal about the President of the United States.
Well, I'll give the dude a bunch of credit. At least he's not being fake. He's a Republican. He's in your face, a white nationalist, whatever you want to call him. At least he's not being fake. I'm pretty sure this gentleman, his name is Bakari Sellers, has been around tons of Democrats who stab you in the back and play dumb when they don't know what's going on, and function on the same level as racism as that individual. The only difference is the guy's just in your face and he tells you flat out, "I don't like you," which is more respectable than somebody that'll stab you in the back and hide their hands and act like they didn't know what happened.
Should the president, Congresswoman, rethink this appointment?
Look, I don't know who this guy is, quite frankly. You had
Based
me.
on what we-
yeah.
based on
Well,
what we-
what I'll say
in
is,
part, what we
I
told you tonight.
defended Elon Musk tonight. I defended the Trump tariffs. I thought it was a good thing. It's getting our border secure, getting the job done. I don't know who this guy is, and certainly what you put up there and what he said, I think, is inappropriate and disrespectful, and maybe he should be reconsidering that. But look, I think we need to be cautious, the people that we put into these positions of influence and power, and we need to make sure that they are going to be respectful of our nation's values. And it just seems to me that I don't know where this guy came from, quite frankly.
I keep hearing this term over and over again, this saying, our nation's values. People don't even know what our nation's values are. That doesn't even make sense. People in this country believe in different things. Like, honestly, the USA has no quote unquote real value system or like a culture. That's not real. Everybody in the country believes in a bunch of different stuff. And I just hear that phrase over and over, and it just makes no sense to me.
I'm not going to stand here and defend him.
So it's interesting.
Fair.
Yeah, I know. I mean, and you certainly do not have to. I don't know where this guy came from either, but Vivek Ramaswamy had this to say about him.
I would describe him as filling a vacuum in the MAGA movement that I think needs to be filled, which is an intellectual beacon. MAGA movement has been a great populist movement across this country, but one of the things that I think we need in order to take this movement to the next level is an intellectual foundation of who we are and what we stand for.
Yeah.
And I don't even. I mean, maybe let's posit he didn't know about the racist tweets. The ADL.
That's what I was about to say, the same thing. Vivek Ramaswamy, he ain't worried about your black ass or Indian ass. Like, I hope he said that before he saw whatever rhetoric dude was talking about. If that's the case, he's just more of a lapdog than I already thought.
Put out a statement back in 2020 condemning him back then. So how is this person who would say that black people need to know their place in society an intellectual of any kind? It's bizarre.
Yeah, I'm like the Congresswoman, I don't have any familiarity with him. However, what I would say is, based on what you read tonight, one of the things about the Trump coalition is that it is seeking to stop dividing Americans by race and start uniting Americans by our unique American values. Some of these things, I think, are divisive by race, which is something we criticize Democrats for, trying to divide us by race. This idea of competent white men. The message is we want the best competent people, period. And this idea of kneeling before a political entity, the only person you should kneel before is God. And so I think some of these people are provocateurs, and I think they say things for their own personal reasons. I think if you're Trump, the question is my movement about a continuation of division along racial lines, or a continuation of the unification, because he did better with minority voters than any Republican in a half a century.
There's one quick point.
He really wanted to say, I believe him 100%, buddy. It's like, no, but he brought up a good point, even if he doesn't believe what he's saying, man. If Trump is just kind of all over the place. I think really what Trump is trying to do is trying to please a lot of different groups. And he's trying to figure out how to please those groups. Because at the end of the day, I really feel like Trump is going to do things that puts him in the best light, regardless of what people say. Whatever the situation is, he wants to win. And if it's some of the things he does is taken in a negative way, I don't think he cares. He just wants to be seen in a positive light, like a cult of personality type of figure to me.
That I want to make before we wrap, and this would be really quick. One of the people that he said needed to kneel was actually a Republican intellectual. Her name was Kay Cole James. We are 180 degrees different on public policy and politics, but a 70-year-old black woman doesn't need to be told by anyone that she needs to be kneeling to anything.
That is exactly right, everyone.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave the video right there, and that was pretty much my opinion. The video was interesting. They giving some emotional feedback, but pretty much at least the guy wasn't being fake, and he's being straight up in your face and not hiding behind your back like some of these Democrats and some of these so-called white people do. Smile in your face and stab you in the back. But that's my 1-2 on it. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think.